What is the business climate in Luzerne and Schuylkill counties, and what can be done to improve it and bring more jobs? The economic development tour by state officials, our top story on News 13 at 4:30.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Basinski. Pennsylvania's Lieutenant Governor and officials of the Department of Community and Economic Development concluded their tour of northeastern Pennsylvania in Greater Hazleton today. Christina Papa with more on their conclusions and hopes for our economic future.
The Department of Economic Development, or DCED, has hit the road to find new business opportunities in our region. For the past few days, DCED has been listening to the needs of the northeastern Pennsylvania community. Today, they toured Humboldt Industrial Park and viewed a business success story right here in Greater Hazleton.
So I think, they're looking to see what they have done and the successes that they've made in the past, and B, how they can help with this tour to grow in the future and keep bringing companies over here.
Joe Prendergast is the business development manager at ABF, an international company who set up shop right here in northeastern Pennsylvania, thanks to DCED.
And obviously they're doing a very good job as we managed to get found here, and we're very happy with where we are and the setup that we've got here.
Throughout the 3 days events, DCED visited several facilities in hopes of strengthening bonds with the community. DCED's Secretary C. Alan Walker says he's impressed with the area's growth.
A lot of exciting things going on up here. And the great ideas come at the local level. So we're out here to learn what the people at the local level are thinking, and we want to see what we can do to partner with them to really help improve the communities and help improve the economy of this region.
The 3-day tour ended with a luncheon at Hazleton's Genetti's, where Lieutenant Governor Jim Cawley spoke to the crowd about the importance of DCED's trip to this area.
Governor Corbett felt it was very important for the Department of Community and Economic Development to not be just some entity that's in Harrisburg, but to get out among the communities that we're serving.
The Lieutenant Governor says a trip like this puts a face to a name, and Can Do Corporation's president, Kevin O'Donnell, agrees.
These aren't just statistics, and the grants that are being sent aren't just dollar amounts on a page, that they are really affecting lives and affecting lives for the better.
They're the home office, we're the field office, and if the home office doesn't get to see what's going on in the field sometime, the whole system doesn't work.
Lieutenant Governor says northeastern Pennsylvania has a lot of potential, and now that the DCED has visited the area, they have a better understanding of what this area needs. Christina Papa, News 13, Greater Hazleton.
And you can see more with Lieutenant Governor Jim Cawley Thursday night at 7 on the Sam Lassant Show. Well, an expansion at a local country club means the Greater Hazleton area has a brand new venue for major events and celebrations. Actually, the venue is called Celebrations. Sand Springs Country Club welcomed the public last night to the grand opening of its new wedding and banquet facility. The spacious 5,500-foot room seats up to 300 guests.
It's just going to be another place to hold weddings, functions, showers. It brings some more jobs to the community. We're going to be hiring another 20 to 25 people. So it's just another amenity we have here, along with our tent facility, our pavilion, and our dining room and full restaurant.
Shima says if you want to book your wedding there, do it now. 37 couples already planned their perfect days at Celebrations at Sand Springs for 2013. A Butler Township zoning hearing last night that was supposed to calm concerns about a potential group home for people living with disabilities was postponed. As Matthew Petrillo tells us, that still leaves neighbors unsure of what the home will mean in their community.
Overseeing the whole thing. But the house itself is not a business.
High tensions grew even taller last night in Butler Township. At the root of it all, community gossip.
People are concerned. That's just neighborly concern.
Neighborly concern that quickly turned into misinformation about who its newest neighbors could be and resulted in Butler Township residents packing into this cramped hearing room.
I didn't know what type people were moving in.
The house in question is a group home for people living with developmental disabilities.
Well, it's something different. That's the only probably people and they're where they live. They're a little concerned what's going to happen.
Everybody has their own feelings. A lot of people are not familiar or comfortable with mentally handicapped people.
But what actually drew these crowds was a rumor that the home was intended as a halfway house for former convicts. Jim Weber says town gossip is pure human nature, though this might have went a little far.
I think it was misinformation, a lot of misperceptions, and false assumptions about things.
The home would house 3 brothers in their 20s who all have developmental disabilities. The brothers would be supervised 24 hours a day by at least one staff member from Pennsylvania Mentor, who operates about 10 similar homes in Luzerne County.
It's an agency with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
The board was supposed to make a decision Tuesday night, but the meeting only lasted 10 minutes because Pennsylvania Mentor failed to post the application for the home on the property.
If we would have had the hearing without this correction, anybody could have challenged it in the court of common pleas.
So the board paused the hearing until next month, but Pennsylvania Mentor stayed to answer some of the community's concerns.
We have been providing services in Luzerne County for over 15 years.
And that gave some residents peace of mind.
It might not be as bad as some people may be thinking. So I'm just going to pay attention and listen and see what they have to offer next meeting.
Now the hearing was postponed until next month, when community members will be able to voice their support or opposition for the house. And then a 5-person board will vote on it. At Butler Township, I'm Matthew Petrillo for News 13.
An inmate at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility is charged with making terroristic threats after claiming he would try to shoot corrections officers with a high-powered rifle. Luzerne County detectives say that 28-year-old John Hayden Koch repeatedly said he was going to buy an assault rifle and wait outside the jail to shoot the guards. They say he also claimed that what happened at Sandy Hook Elementary would be nothing compared to what he would do. Last week, a judge sentenced him to up to 32 months in prison after he grabbed a purse from a woman on a street in Wilkes-Barre. Koch will stay in the Luzerne County prison because he couldn't make $100,000 bail. A Tamaqua man who's already charged with raping one girl and sexually abusing another has now been indicted by a federal grand jury on child pornography charges. 45-year-old Robert L. Rader Jr. faces at least 15 years in prison on charges. The grand jury alleged that at various times through 2001 through 2012, Rader produced pornographic videos and other images and maintained them on his computer. Rader is already in the Schuylkill County Prison awaiting trial on a slew of charges, including the rape and indecent assaults of 2 underage girls. Well, there will be metal detectors in all schools in the Hazleton Area District. Hazleton Area School Board approved the purchases of 16 walk-through metal detectors at its meeting last night. Cost of those detectors will be about $79,000. 2 detectors will be placed in each of the district's 8 elementary middle schools. Those walk-through detectors will be manned. Board still trying to decide who will do it and how much the staffing will cost. Metal detectors have been in place for some time in the district's high school. And let's check the winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you play. The daily number, 716. Big 4, 1879. Quinto, 86819. And the treasure hunt, 5, 12, 15, 22, and 30. Hope you won.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Sovereign Majestic Theater in Pottsville will be hosting Ron Gardner for his Scotch Soul Rock and Roll 2 show, April 20th at 7 p.m. Tickets are $18 per person, and for more information, please call 570-628-4647. And finally, PennDOT is seeking volunteers for this year's Great American Cleanup of Pennsylvania effort that runs through May 31st. Groups interested in adopting a section of highway are encouraged to contact their local PennDOT County Maintenance Office or visit www.state.pa.us. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Daniel A. Stieber of Hazleton. Funeral is Monday at 10 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. Michael S. Matz of Scranton. Funeral is Thursday at 10:30 a.m. from the Furo Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. Rose M. Murphy, formerly of Hazleton. Arrangements are by the Brooks Cremation and Funeral Service. Adriana Harrimans of Hazleton. Memorial will be held April 13th at 2 p.m. at the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses. Arrangements are under the direction of the Hazel Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home. And Jonas Schell of Whitehaven. Services will be held in the convenience of the family from the McHugh-Wilczek Funeral Home. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. Pre-order your prom crosses now by calling 570-454-0111. And by Mia's, once again, the Hazleton area's #1 rated restaurant. Call 570-501-3410 for information on luncheon packages.
She blinded me with science. Well, not exactly. Students at West Hazelton Elementary Middle School had their eyes opened by science this morning. Representatives from Air Products hosted a liquid nitrogen demonstration for the students. Kids were fascinated when they demonstrated how balloons contract when they're frozen, bouncing balls will shatter, and even how electricity was generated when a coil was frozen. Students say while visual demonstrations were fun, they actually learned something about science.
I think my favorite part was when they put the nitrogen thingy in that long tube, and then they put the ball on top and it popped out, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
They put an electric cord in the liquid nitrogen and they made a light bulb light up.
It makes me want to explore more on science and how to do all these things and how they actually work.
Some pretty cool stuff. Not only did the kids get the great visual presentation, but the demonstrators also said that if they kept studying hard and stay in school, they can get great fun jobs like this someday as well. And time now for our regional weather from the National Weather Service. Checking the radar, you can see the traces of showers out in central Pennsylvania moving toward our area, and they will continue to move through late into the evening, but they're not actually much of a threat. Our creative condition, perfect for a little spring break. It's by Yamilka Polanco, a second grader at West Hazelton Elementary Middle School. She did a beautiful tropical beach with the starfish, some palm trees. The fish are jumping in the ocean, but she says there's a close sign there, and that means she can't go to the beach. Now let's take a look at News 13 weather from the National Weather Service for Greater Hazelton. Tonight, scattered rain and snow showers through the evening, mostly cloudy with a low around 27. And for Thursday, mostly cloudy with a chance of scattered flurries or sprinkles, the high up to 41, overnight low around 26. For Friday, partly sunny with scattered sprinkles and flurries and a high near 42, overnight low 29. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 46, low around 29. And then for Easter Sunday, mostly sunny with a chance of showers, but a high around 50. We're getting there. On to Schuylkill County. Tonight, mostly cloudy with the low around 27. Thursday, mostly cloudy with the high of 43. The overnight low still down to about 28. On Friday, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain and snow showers. The high of 46, low down to 29. And Saturday, mostly sunny with the high getting to 48. Our low finally hitting 30. And for Easter Sunday, mostly sunny with the high near 52 degrees. Well, he's been the standard bearer of the Hazelton Standard Speaker for years. Now he's retiring from decades in the business he loves. Carl Christopher, managing editor at the Standard Speaker, announced his retirement back in February. This afternoon, his co-workers and friends at the local paper reminisced about the years that Carl has been with the company at a going-away party. Carl has worked at the Standard Speaker for 38 years and has taken on many roles, including reporter, photographer, as well as many other duties until he got to be the managing editor. Although Carl is excited to be retiring, the moment also bittersweet for him as well.
I'm leaving with mixed feelings. I've been looking forward to retirement for quite a while, and I think it's time. But I'm going to miss the place. This has been a part of my life for 38 years, and I'm really going to miss the people. That's what I'm going to miss the most.
Carl's last day at the Standard Speaker will be this Friday, and then on Monday, Mark Catcher will officially take over as the new managing editor for the paper. Our congratulations to both those journalists on their next chapters.
SSPTV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Well, as we start heading into the long Easter weekend, it's really the last day where we're going to have a full schedule of stuff. Now, there'll be some sporadic stuff Thursday and on Saturday, nothing on Good Friday. However, today, as we said, they actually may get a couple of them in. There are some postponements. We'll straighten it all out. Now, one you never have to worry about is volleyball because, of course, they're in the warm confines of the gymnasiums. And today, the Hazelton area boys head out on the road to North Pocono. Now, I know it's early, but Hazelton area, 2-0 this year, 1-0 in their conference. And they got a big one today with North Pocono. North Pocono always one of the formidable opponents. And if Hazelton area could get a win on the road today, that put them in real good position because, of course, they've already knocked off Valley West in that thrilling come-from-behinder that took place on Monday. So we will see. But you can circle it. If you're not a volleyball aficionado, trust me on this one. This is a big match for the Cougars today. We'll see what happens. Non-league baseball will get underway today. The Cougars are down at Parkland. One of the reasons you try to schedule early on south of the Lehigh Tunnel is for this reason. It'll be a little bit more tolerable to play baseball today. Cougars and Trojans down at Parkland. Shenandoah Valley North Schuylkill, that one's postponed. No makeup date. Softball not happening here in Hazleton today. Old Forge at Hazleton. Now, Tamaqua at Monoy is still on, and so is Shenandoah Valley at North Schuylkill. No report of cancellation, so we're saying all systems are a go. Tennis, Hazelton area at Pittston. That one is postponed. The makeup will be next Tuesday. That'll be April 2nd, Hazelton area at Pittston. Now, please note this. The Cougars should be able to get in their home one tomorrow. They're hosting Berwick, and the time has been moved to high noon. 12 o'clock start tomorrow, Hazelton and Berwick. Volleyball, as we said, on track is not. Dallas, Hazelton area, postponed. The track looks fine, but the field event areas are still kind of frozen a little bit. No make-up date on that one. That's a boys meet and a girls meet. Ice, snow, and whatnot is not a problem when you're talking the American Hockey League, so the Pens will be on the ice tonight. They'll be skating against Binghamton. Puck will drop a little after 7 o'clock. Spring training baseball, Phil's on the road. Joe Madden hosting Toronto. You can see the rest of the Grapefruit League schedule. I know this is hard to believe, particularly with the weather we've been having, but baseball is less than a week from coming north and playing the start of the season. I hope it warms up. NBA, the Sixers hosting the Milwaukee Bucks tonight down at the Wells Fargo Center. So we will see. But the changing of the seasons, April's right around the corner. Middle of the week, and you know what that means at Bottlenecks. It's steak and ale night. You can choose from a variety of their specialty hand-cut steaks, and it's served with unlimited salad and fries for just $9.95. You can't go wrong. Great beer specials all night long as well. Don't forget, kitchen open midnight 7 days a week, and they got those 14 flat-screen TVs. A lot of good fun up at Bottlenecks.
Finally tonight, with the cold weather still hanging on, florists may be taking a hit in Easter sales. Holy Thursday is one of the biggest days of the year for flower sellers, but as Matthew Petrillo tells us, this year's sales are frozen solid.
With Easter right around the corner, now is one of the busiest times of the year for florists. Sales begin to peak here at Thomas Food Market Thursday and last through Sunday.
Holy Thursday is actually the busiest sales day of the year.
But flower sales are struggling to bloom in this cold weather. Customers like Dolores Unger are waiting for Mother Nature to turn up the spring heat before they purchase any petals.
I like it to be warmer so I could put some down the cemetery.
That's no surprise to Joseph Negri, who says he buys Easter flowers here every year.
Well, the cold weather might put a little damper on, some of the Easter flowers this season, but I think, I think we'll get through it. I think it's going to warm up by Easter.
Now, the temperatures have dropped below freezing the past few days, and it's actually flurrying right now. But they say that the cold temperatures didn't cut much to their stock of flowers.
Cold weather, I don't think, stopped the flower sales, because for Easter they're going to sell anyway.
That's also true for Negri, who still plans to purchase his flowers within the next few days or so.
Oh, definitely, yes. I'll be buying some Easter flowers for the family. Again, it's showing your appreciation with joy, love, and happiness. It's something that spreads a lot of love, and definitely be buying some Easter flowers.
And hopefully the sun will peek out for Easter and show us all some joy. Matthew Petrillo, News 13, Hazelton.
I think I need some hyacinths. Well, that's News 13 for your Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. You can catch this newscast again with rebroadcast throughout tonight, or just go to News 13's website any old time, SSPTV.com, where you'll always find the local and regional news you need and the community news you want. For the entire News 13 team, thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kathy Bazinski. Have a great night.